Happy Friday!
There we are, Jen and Curt. You know, I did it backwards there. Curt and Jen, our video cast. Thank you for being here and joining us as always, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We love it that you're here. And you can like, you can follow, you can, what's the other thing? Subscribe.
Subscribe, you can heart, you can thumbs up, you can leave a review, you can do share.
Yeah. Hang on a second. See
What?
if this rings, if this helps.
There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O.
You're playing it because it's National Bingo Day.
That is correct. And that's all I'm going to play of that because you were the only person that enjoyed that.
You know, I did love it, by the way. I just met up with my best friend from grade school. I haven't seen her in years.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in town and she is taking one of her nieces to go do neon bingo at Tulalip. Have you heard of it?
It's just under black lights and neon bingo cards?
I didn't even ask a whole lot of questions except for that I'm going to try it.
Okay. Let me know about neon bingo. That might be fun.
I know it. I mean, it can't not be. It'll be more fun when I win.
All right. That's right. You're too competitive. Can you put that aside for the night?
Yeah,
No.
just right now. Okay.
There's a fruit that if you eat it every day, that will help you sleep better. We're going to talk about that on the big program today.
Yep. How many cuts, scrapes, and bruises you'll suffer from in your whole lifetime? It's
right.
a lot.
All right.
Songs that instantly ruin the mood for you, which is our question of the day. There's some good songs that I'm like, oh yeah, that one for sure.
Would ruin the mood. New trend, setting your phone to landline mode. We all got rid of our landlines, and now some people are trying to take their cell phones and make them like landlines. And finally, it's also fun facts Friday.
And so much more. We have so much today.
The proverbial more, all coming up.
I love that we're kicking it off with this, and that is the Washington Post ranked the top 50 airports in America. And you will not even believe what airport in our state made the top 10, actually made the top 5.
That's true. Let's start off with and this is for our neighbors to the south. Again, Washington Post, the 50 best airports in America. PDX, Portland, the best airport in the country.
Now, let me just tell you what it was rated on, because I was interested to know that.
Okay.
So they had reader ratings. That was 25%. So it was Washington Post, so their readers got to weigh in.
Mm-hmm.
Yelp reviews was another 25%. Then it was convenience and efficiency. So that's stuff like, can you get there with public transit? How's it to park? What are the complaint rates? Then there's flight performance, are the flights on time? And then the cool factor was 10% of it. Look for the unique or standout features like architecture, design, artwork. Have you been to the Portland airport?
I've never had to go through Portland.
I saw a picture of it. It's beautiful. They just remodeled it not too long ago. It is lovely.
Well, apparently this is also with the Portland airport, they're talking about that foodies love the airport as well because they've got local favorites like Tillamook fried cheese curds, Blue Star Donuts there, Loyal Legion Beer Hall, all for your waiting for a plane pleasure, I guess, at Portland at PDX. Let's go through the rest of the top 5, which would be, so you've got Portland is number 1, Long Beach is number 2, then Reagan National in Washington, D.C., Minneapolis, St. Paul was number 4, and coming at number 5, SeaTac. No. Payne Field. Way up here in Everett, Washington.
Go Payne Field. That's so awesome.
Number 5 on the list is Payne Field. If you've ever flown through there, it is very nice. It's it's everything's smaller and it hopefully goes faster.
It's charming.
Yeah. I would have not guessed that. On the other hand, I would not have guessed also that SeaTac was it's a pretty good airport.
I don't mind SeaTac. I think it definitely has some issues and it needs to just get done with the construction that they're doing. It's always under construction.
Yeah. I wish we had the worst airports here as well, but we don't have. That's another list for another day, I guess.
Yeah. This story kills me.
Why is that?
Because I live for Northwest summertime. Like, I want the sun and the warmth And this is all about, do you need a Cool-cation?
Right. A Cool-cation. And a lot of the country's going to say yes, because that
That's true.
massive heat dome and the record high temperatures and stuff. So the deal is, they're talking about Cool-cations, which is pretty self-explanatory, I guess. It means skipping the heat and traveling somewhere with cooler temps in the summertime. Places like, well, I guess Seattle, with mountains, lakes, and forests, for example, like that. I guess the Google searches for cooler travel destinations are way up, and you've got people supposedly swapping out Florida for Alaska and ditching the desert heat for places like Canada and Iceland.
I wonder if they ditch it for us too. We have cooler temperatures.
I would say, I don't know when that wasn't on there. Well, you know, there may be other reasons that I would say that, yeah, I mean, maybe they're showing the extremes of people going to Alaska.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is, you know, certainly
do you
going to be
need a
nice and cool.
Cool-cation? I didn't even know it was called a Cool-cation, but I think that's a fun name.
Well, my folks used to want me to come down, you know, way back in the day when we had, you know, actual jobs. You know, you get a 2, maybe 3 weeks vacation a year. And so I would go visit them, you know, around the holidays. And then sometimes maybe again in March or April. And they said, you should come back in July or August. It's like, I'm not leaving Seattle in the summertime, especially to go to Florida in the summertime. But yeah,
Right.
we stick around here. Like you said, this is what we wait for all year, is the gorgeous summertime for however long it may last, right?
Yep.
All right. Eating this fruit every day helps you sleep.
Helps you sleep better, Curt. Maybe you should listen up.
I'm listening. Go.
A fruit that can keep you from lying awake in bed at night. A study at Penn State found that eating avocados might help you sleep better. Researchers had people eat 1 avocado a day for 6 months. 1 whole avocado, dang-a-rama. And they were surprised to find that their sleep improved. It also lowered people's cholesterol, which they were expecting that, but
Okay.
they're not sure why it helped them sleep better. Their best guess is that it's just all the extra nutrients the avocados have. They're loaded with fiber, potassium, folate, vitamin K, monosaturated fat, and other good stuff. They say more research is needed to figure out exactly why avocados might help, but sleeping well is important for your overall health and aging. So eat an avocado a day.
Well, I suppose I could do some guac and chips. That's not
Every
good.
day, though.
I don't think I've never eaten an avocado as an avocado. I just had guacamole, which is fine.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that will work with our question of the day later. Never have I
Oh, yeah.
had an
Okay.
avocado that's not in the form of guacamole. Are you kidding me?
I will keep that in mind when we get to our question of the day. How's that? All right.
Oh, I like that song, Curt.
Yeah, I've been lucky with the picks today. Another traveling story, I guess. This is, how long does it take parents to recover from traveling with the family?
Well, people like to joke about needing a vacation to recover from a vacation, but if you're traveling with family, it's actually a real thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this is what the deal is. You take a, and I wonder if this is, if you fly or drive, or does it matter? I guess it doesn't seem to matter. A new report says it takes parents 2.5 days to recover from traveling with the family. About 3/4 of parents say they do need another vacation to recover from their vacation.
If you're traveling with the kids, it's key to not make things harder for yourself. About 1/3 of parents say that bribing kids with treats is fair game, and another third said buying toys mid-trips help. And then about 1/4 of people said resort to unlimited screen time.
So yeah, more than half of parents say bring along some kind of audio player to entertain kids with music, storytelling, and soundscapes. When they say kids, I wonder how old they're talking about here. If possible, try to find things that can be calming, not something annoying or repetitive that can raise the tension or stress. So don't turn on the news.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't like that anyway.
Just
So-
another tip from the old Curt and Jen program here.
I haven't swung a club in years. I don't know where to start.
Come on, brother. Grip it and rip it.
I guess I need to update my happy place to something a little more age appropriate.
There you go.
Is that from Happy Gilmore too?
Yeah, that's the trailer there for Happy Gilmore 2. And since it will be out, does it have the release date? July
Yeah.
25th.
Yeah, July 25th. It's coming
On
out on
Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah.
Subway was a sponsor of Adam Sandler's character. And remember Happy Gilmore in the movie, he actually ends up being a uh, huckster for Subway. Now there's going to be a Happy Gilmore meal at Subway in real life.
I think that's funny, actually. Happy Gilmore meal.
This is July 10th is when this starts. Subway customers can make any combo or meal of the day a Happy Gilmore meal for an extra dollar. And for the extra dollar, you get the collector's cup featuring one of the 4 characters, Happy, Shooter McGavin, Ben Stiller's Hal, who works at the retirement home, or Happy's new caddy, Oscar. You can get one of those 4 collector's cups.
The meal also includes a QR code that takes you to Subway's Happy Place, where you can play games, see exclusive movie clips, and enter to win golf-themed prizes. That's awesome. I love it. Way to go, Subway. Curt, if you still owned the Subway that you owned way back in the day, would this be so fun for you?
I'd be thrilled, yes. And it's nice to see that it's just $1. I mean, it's like I'll pay an extra dollar to get the collector's cup, but not, a $5 upcharge or whatever. Do you remember when they used to actually give away glasses?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
I was thinking of the McDonald's had a bunch of, oh shoot, what was on the, they had the McDonald's glasses with Ronald or Grimace or whatever on it. I guess they can't do glasses anymore because it's too scary.
Too dangerous, Curt
Dangerous for everybody. Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
This is crazy to me. The next time you have a cold, this might be the future of cures. Armies of tiny nose robots.
Tiny nose robots. I love that band.
Researchers in China announced a new way to treat sinus infections. Instead of antibiotics, you'll just shoot an army of tiny robots up your nose. It's the latest in nanobot technology, or technology. They're microbots because they're still big enough to see under a normal microscope.
How do they make something so small? So, and I'm just reading this now. Each tiny nose robot is smaller than a speck of dust, and they're programmed to wipe out bacteria. It's not clear how many they have to shoot up your nose. They just called it a swarm of nose robots. Nosebots? No bots?
Imagine.
They tested them on animals and said they could be approved to treat sinus and bladder infections in humans in 5 to 10 years. Still some stuff to figure out, I guess. And what they're saying is they're trying to figure out how they can get these out of your body when they're done.
I mean, minor details.
Can't you just program them to come back out your nose?
Oh my God. Can you I don't know if I'd be up for that. Would you? I mean, and let's talk about how they're going to, where they're going to shoot it up to your for your bladder.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Question of the day from Wednesday. This started when Jen saw a study saying, or it wasn't a study, the question was, what song would you play at the strip club to instantly ruin the mood? And we thought, well, you know what, this could actually apply to people. They don't have to be a stripper. You don't have to be. It just helps, I guess.
Curt.
I have the song that you would say enhances the mood, but everybody else is going to say no, it does not.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're feeling fine. Come on and get up.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot that you edited that.
Well, are you in the mood now?
Yeah, I love that song.
So if Pat was home, you'd be like, hey, let's go for it. I just heard the best song to put me in the mood.
No, I would not use that song.
The answers we got from people were all over the place and they were great. Marilyn says American Pie, which at like 7.5 minutes long, maybe she wants a song that will last longer than the husband or boyfriend. Or
whatever. My gosh. Wow.
Total Eclipse of the Heart says Ken Carson.
Anne said pretty much any country twangy stuff ruins the mood for her.
All right.
Jenny said anything by the Cars.
She must just not like that band. So that would be ruining the mood.
Jenny.
Jeff says Hotel California, most every country song. Lily says Brass Monkey by the Beastie Boys.
That's funny. Natalie said "Cold as Ice" by Foreigner, mostly because my narcissistic ex referred me to the song. And she
loves
says I love
Foreigner.
Foreigner. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, lyrically, it's like, hey, I love you, baby. You're as cold as ice. Tiger, Don't Stop Believing by Journey with a little eye roll emoji.
Why that one?
You know what? There's not a whole lot of explanations here. Maybe these are just songs that people have grown to hate, and so they don't put you in the mood. Gwyneth says,
I really don't like this next song that Gwen said.
What's Up by Four Non Blondes. What's going on? Wendy says, The Rose. All I need to hear are the 4 quarter notes. Ding, ding.
And the mood is shot.
Yeah.
I went to high school with Wendy, and I will tell you, it's probably this is gonna be a mood killer for sure. I wonder if it's because when we were in high school, two kids died in my class.
Yeah.
And one of the songs they played at the memorial at the high school was The Rose for one of them.
That could probably, I think that would certainly
I could do it.
It's obviously a kind of a slow and a mood killer to start with, but that would certainly cinch it, I think. Randy says KARS, Cars for Kids.
KARS, Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today. Yeah. Leslie, Barry Manilow songs. Todd said Baby Shark.
No, here's where we get into a little love spat.
That's funny.
Jackie and Aaron, Jackie's my roommate. Aaron is her boyfriend. And Jackie's answer was anything by Pink Floyd or Rush, to which Aaron responded, which I love. They're both on our Facebook page. Thank you so much. Aaron said, I actually like everything from Floyd and Rush. And Jackie replied, opposites attract? Question mark?
Question mark, yes. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm fans of both of those bands too, but as far as setting the mood, a good mood for that.
I don't like songs from either of those bands either. I'm with Jackie.
You do too. You just don't know you like them. I guarantee it. I will play you. Oh, I love that song.
Okay.
From past history, has that not happened?
Yes, that has happened.
Okay. Steve says an old George Strait song on 101.5 Hank FM. Jen Kincaid Pirac.
Well, he probably just is saying that he just doesn't like country music. So anything.
Oh, I didn't know if he was calling you out because that was something that you love.
No, I don't know. I mean, I like George Strait, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Kim said Imagine.
From John Lennon. I could see how that'd be a mood killer.
Aaron, I think that was Jackie's boyfriend. Aaron said anything by Credence. CCR?
Yeah, maybe it's John Fogerty's voice. I don't know. Crawling through the jungle. I don't know. And Phil says Disney's It's a Small World actually puts me in a catatonic seizure. So this turned into more than just a list of songs that people don't like. Actually, I think they did a good job of coming with actual mood killers,
That's a great list. Yeah, it was good. Good job, guys. Thanks
as
for
always.
responding.
Everybody showed up. We appreciate that.
I don't understand this one, Curt.
Why don't we put this in here then? I haven't even read it.
It's a big new trend. I mean, it's so big that I read something and I was like, okay, I have to put it in because Google was like, okay, we're doing something with this. So I've not heard of this hack called landline mode. Have you?
Landline mode on your phone, right?
Yeah. Google says
I haven't either.
Okay, so Google says this is what it was. Google says searches for it are through the roof this month after a TikTok mom came up with it. It's a custom setting that's supposed to make your phone feel more like a landline or a cell phone from the late 1990s. So apps like Dumb Phone do it too, but the hack just uses your iPhone built-in focus feature. You're essentially putting it on do not disturb mode, but making exceptions for it.
Okay.
And then the concept is that you leave your phone in one place.
Oh, well, I can't do that.
So you go to the focus feature where you turn on do not disturb and then put the plus button. I mean, you can Google it. Just Google it. You'll find it. But basically it turns off like different alarms and alerts, except for the ones you want. Like if it's a phone call, you turn the volume up on your phone all the way and then leave your phone in one spot. So if it rings, you have to go get up and answer it or let it go to voicemail. That's where the landline part comes in.
Does it automatically give you the old ringtone?
I bet you could find that ringtone and put it on your phone.
Well, I think that if it's going to be a landline mode, it should absolutely have that.
Well, it's not like you're hitting something that says "Ging," landline mode. You have to create it. I watched the video on it. I'm like, this is too many steps. I'm not doing this.
And you're not leaving my phone in one place either.
No.
No way.
Oh. The answer to this next thing is no for Curt.
Well, let's not rush to judgment on that. Baby showers for men. The question here says, should we normalize baby showers for men? It's talking about a video that's making the rounds right now, where a pregnant U.S. woman is in this video showing a giant mountain of diapers, wipes, and baby gifts that stacked high in her living room. And it turns out those were all gifts from a surprise baby shower thrown for her husband by his workmates.
Oh, I love that so much. I thought you would be a hard no right away. You're not?
No, I'm not a hard no on it. I mean, it's one more reason to celebrate something, and this is obviously worth celebrating. But if it's good, if you have two different baby showers, one for the mom, one for the dad, or whatever, aren't you going to be getting a whole lot of the same stuff? Unless the dad baby showers include like bourbon and liquor and cigars.
No. If he has a stack of diapers, that's great because you go through a lot of diapers. Here's what I think, Curt Cruz. I think that you and Dana should have a baby and we can just test it and see if you like it or not.
Oh, okay. And then if we don't like it, what do we do with the baby?
No, not the baby, just the baby shower part.
I know what you're talking about. So, all right. A lot of people like Jen are saying this is a great idea. One of the quotes is, "We forget that dads need spoiling too. I know this is a bunch of wipes and nappies, but it's one less thing for them to think about for a few months."
Yeah.
So that is, I guess it's not cigars and
you know what I love? I love that the workplace did that. I mean, there's so many good things about just that part of it. Workplace morale, noticing that big events are happening in your employees' lives and recognizing it. I mean, I love that so much.
And it's not bad news either. When we go through some of
No.
these stories, it's like that's kind of a good one. I like that.
Well, this is kind of a I feel like this is kind of a want, but I just wanted to bring it up. I think that people are feeling it, right? People are tightening their budgets and not spending money on these particular things. There was a report out that 67% of American consumers say they're reducing spending on everything. I mean, you and I have been reducing spending just because of our job situation. And that's not to, we keep talking about that, but that plays into this.
Sure.
75% are concerned that the US might go into recession this year. So this report asks, okay, what are you cutting back on? And the number one thing is not eating at restaurants as much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 7 in 10, about 70% of people said that we're not eating at restaurants as much. Next in the list was about half of people said cutting back on new clothes, shoes, and accessories. I suppose as long as the clothes don't have massive holes in them, you can wear them for a long, long time.
It's hard to do that when I got this in the mail.
What is that?
That's the Nordstrom anniversary sale catalog. And when this came in the mail, when I checked my mailbox, I'm like, oh,
You could just put that right in your recycling.
I could,
Not look at it.
but I could also look
could.
at it and see what kind of trends are coming up next season.
Reducing spending on entertainment, like concerts and movies. That's about half of people. Again, spending less on travel, cutting back on hobbies. And a third are trying to spend less on groceries, which
It's hard
is
to
fine
do.
as long as you're not making people go hungry, right?
Well, yeah, but I also think that's hard to do just because prices I feel like are skyrocketing. So you're spending just as much and not getting as many groceries now.
Right. So other things, streaming subscriptions, alcohol consumption, sporting events, and personal grooming.
What?
That can't be okay. I see they're watching how much they spend on haircuts, beard trims, nail salons, stuff like that. Not
No.
okay. I'm not going to shower as much to save money on water.
Yeah.
That's not it.
And unfortunately, also, charities are feeling this because I work with them through Fred Meyer and QFC, and they're just people aren't spending as much on charities right now just because they've got to save their US dollars.
Yeah, that is unfortunate too. And my wife Dana also is involved with her charity, Soaring Spirits. Same thing. It's like hard to get people to give when the money is tight. So there you go. You're right. I like that you called it a want-wah.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Before we go into this next story, I did a little test last night when I was show prepping, I was doing a little show prep and I saw the story and I'm like, I'm not going to put this story in and I'm going to see if Curt catches it and puts it in. And because I knew that you were going to put this in.
I think that this is, well, universally. Let's just do the little clip first. Here we go.
The arms of the angel fly away.
So if you're watching TV or the TV's on in the other room while you're doing something else, you hear that little bit of that song. And if you're us, me and my wife, you instantly turn it off, change the channel, turn it, because that is the song that Sarah McLachlan used for the ASPCA commercial. And it's a very effective commercial. It's super effective.
I don't know what that stands for. I just know it's something for pets.
Well, the ASPCA, you know, Sarah McLachlan was a spokesperson for them, and then it's one of those brutal commercials that you watch about, abused and abandoned animals. You know, so they have these. I'm not even going to describe it because I know people listening right now are like, "Don't talk about it." But it's so if a Humane Society or SPCA commercial comes on and they show animals that are not in the best shape, you just sit there and watch it, you cold-hearted person? No,
I think that yeah, I agree with you. And I don't know if you even said this, that Sarah McLachlan agrees that it's really like it's a hard commercial to watch with her song in it.
I love that she admitted that. She says she can't even watch those ads because they're too painful. She loves animals and had a friend on the ASPCA board. So Sarah said, I'll do those spots for you. But the ad didn't show her as, we've met Sarah a couple times. I have.
I know.
A super positive, fun person. But of course, in the commercial, she seems very quiet and down and melancholy.
Well,
but
in related news, Curt, she is coming out with a new album called Better Broken on September 19th. So we can look forward to that.
And as it worked out, that ad campaign helped the ASPCA raise about $30 million. So,
oh my gosh!
Even if it was difficult for people to watch, apparently they did watch it and they gave money. So
there you go.
I know. I was trying to think if there's anything else to that story. Anything more? There's not. No. I'm still going to change the channel every time that commercial comes on.
I should have had you put this song. I am stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid stuck on me.
I wonder if that would be a red flag and would.
I don't know.
Trigger us. They'd be like, oh, you can't play that song. That's the Band-Aid song.
Could you even guess on average how many cuts, scrapes, and bruises you'll suffer in your whole lifetime? On average?
Well, I imagine it was a whole lot more when we were just, when we were toddlers and little kids. I don't know the last time that actually I do, but I have no idea how much you'd do in your life. Scrapes and bruises and cuts.
They say that it's about 4,000 on average between all those things. 4,000. Now, of course, like you said, when you're younger, you rack up the injuries, and that average goes up when you're little.
Right.
I think that if you're depending on your occupation or your hobbies, that can raise the thing. Like I know Pat, like he gets way more bumps and bruises and cuts and scrapes than I do.
He's doing construction or working on cars or working, he doesn't work in construction, but he's building a house. So I imagine there's plenty of, I hit my thumb with his hammer, or whatever.
Oh yeah. He grinded off his fingertip when he was grinding something down.
Does he know that you're not supposed to do that?
Yeah, I guess. This was all based on a poll done by Band-Aid brand Curad, and that they found that the average adult suffers 35 scrapes and bruises each year as an adult, so around 3 times a month. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. It was a good little stat.
Is it more interesting than this next little fact?
Are you doing your poop story?
Well, it's not my poop story. It's a poop story.
Okay, go, because we got to hustle up.
You can now get paid $35 per poop in Japan, but only if your poop is good enough. There's a pharmaceutical company researching gut bacteria that will pay you $35 per poop, but only if it's good enough. They say only 5 to 10% of people have poop that's high quality enough for their purpose.
Oh,
high quality.
Mine's not going to be high quality enough because it's supposed to sink and mine normally floats.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I was just talking about that with Dana. She came out of the blue. She's like, what does your poop look like? I was like, I don't know. What does your poop look like? And then she had a list of, if it was like this, then you need more of this and you need more of this. So
that's the thing. The
I,
poop
I don't think I have floaters, but don't be scared. And you're not going to Japan anyway.
You can send it in.
I can send it in.
Time for Fun Facts Friday.
There you go.
Time to learn some new things. Ready? There's a scale of close encounters. A close encounter of the first kind is seeing a UFO. A close encounter of the third kind is seeing an alien. And the fourth kind is being abducted by aliens. And the seventh kind is having sex with an alien. Did you know that?
I knew that there was, from the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, that's when I found out that there were different kinds. I did not know the seventh kind of close encounter was the old alien sex, but apparently it is. Yeah. It takes 60 tons of paint to cover the Eiffel Tower. That's the weight of about 10 elephants worth of paint.
That's a lot of freaking paint.
That's a lot of paint.
There's only one country in the Americas where people speak a native language other than the language of a country that colonized them. It's Paraguay, where 90% of people speak.
Guarani? And the other percent speak Spanish.
There you go. Who knew?
No one knows exactly how the Academy Awards started being called the Oscars. That's the end of that sentence.
That is the end of that sentence. I'm sorry I didn't have a space there.
That's okay. Nobody knows why it's called the Oscars. Okay. And also, not only is Texas not the largest state, as some people think it is, if you were to cut Alaska in half, Texas would be the third largest state. California must be second. I don't know. New Mexico? Arizona?
Wait, what are they saying? Texas is not the largest state, but if you cut Alaska in half, Texas would be the third largest state?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't get that.
All right.
I'm not mathing that right.
The three guys that founded Compaq Computers were initially planning on starting a chain of Mexican restaurants, but they decided to do the computer thing instead. And it seems to have worked out for them okay.
No one has ever won the Oscar for Best Actor in their debut movie. But 4 women have won Best Actress in their debut, including Julie Andrews for Mary Poppins and Barbara Streisand for Funny Girl. I thought that was an interesting little fact there.
Yeah, well, that's the whole deal with Fun Facts Friday. They're fun facts.
This is good. This is a good one. You might have known this. I did not.
There are 1,600 Chili's restaurant locations around the world, and apparently all of them have a picture hanging upside down somewhere in the restaurant. Upside down picture, they say it's for good luck. So next time you go to a Chili's, try to find that upside down photo.
Did you know that?
No.
Okay, from a botanical standpoint, raspberries and strawberries aren't berries, but bananas and eggplants are.
I believe you. Elvis Presley only held 3 concerts outside the U.S. his entire career. They were all in Canada in 1957. You got to see Elvis.
Can you believe that? I did not know that.
You would think, with as long as his career was, that he would have certainly been, into Europe, or wasn't he stationed in Germany? I think at one, not that he could, be a musician when he's stationed in the army.
I don't know, but I just thought that was like it's only been one country that foreign country that he performed in, and it was Canada all 3 times.
Which doesn't even really count as a foreign country. I mean, they're just like us.
Might be one of our states soon.
Hey, stop that. That's not going to happen.
All right.
Movies this weekend. F1 the movie. Been looking forward to that one. I will probably go see that, actually.
Yeah, me too.
With Brad Pitt. We also have Megan 2.0 with Allison Williams, and Ice Road Vengeance. Liam Neeson is in that. That's a sequel to his 2021 big rig movie, The Ice Road.
That's a limited. I don't know if that's opening here in the Pacific Northwest. It's limited opening, but it will be worldwide soon.
Yes. Okay.
Things happening around the Pacific Northwest. The Seattle Storm have a home game tonight at 7 versus Connecticut Sun at Climate Pledge. Who's the team that gal? I can't even think of her name. I'm having a brain.
Caitlin Clark is on the Indiana Fever, and they just played the Storm on Wednesday.
We don't know. Did we beat them?
No, we did not beat them.
Not?
No.
Bare Naked Ladies tonight at Chateau Saint Michel, and Halsey is going to be at the Climate Pledge tomorrow night.
That might be a good to see too. So, and as much as they haven't had anything in a while, Bare Naked Ladies is a fun concert. I've seen them a number of times by accident. Barbie, with live scores by the Seattle Symphony, is going on tonight and tomorrow.
I think that would be fun.
Watch the Barbie movie along with the live accompaniment from the Seattle Symphony. And today through Sunday, Taste Northwest at the Washington State Fairgrounds, like a bite of Seattle, only it's in Puyallup.
And they have pickleball there too this time around.
Which we need to play again.
And this is a big ass car show. The Greenwood Car Show is tomorrow. Also tomorrow at 1:30 on Alki Beach, the Seafair Pirates make their official landing to kick off the Seafair season.
There you go. We've got Pride Fest going on. A few events for this weekend at Pride Fest. Pride Fest Capitol Hill extends 5 blocks on Broadway with beer gardens, restaurants, and 4 stages. That is tomorrow from noon to 8. And then on Sunday is the Pride Parade.
That starts at 11 and begins at 4th and Union and ends near the Seattle Center, where that is the site of Pride Fest. It's called Pride Fest Seattle Center because there's also, like Curt said, Pride Fest Capitol Hill that happens tomorrow. That all happens. The parade and Pride Fest Seattle Center is only on Sunday. And I didn't put this in there, but I heard it when I was listening to the news getting ready today. There's also some big concert thing happening. I think it's on Capitol Hill tonight.
Okay.
Kind of kicks everything off for the weekend. What are you doing this weekend, Curt Cruz?
Actually, later today, I think from 3 to 7, I will be out with the new dogs, with Tilly and Teddy, with the Washington German Shepherd Rescue at the Green Lake PCC. This is the one at 75th and Aurora. There's 2 Green Lake area PCCs, so that's that one.
Okay.
They're celebrating PCC's 70th anniversary, and we're also there letting people know about Washington German Shepherd Rescue and adoption and all that stuff. Do you know what PCC stands for?
I do not. What is it?
Puget Community Co-op.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought it was like Pacific Community Center or something like that. I don't know, but yeah.
That's interesting. I just have to do this side note because I just wrote a press release about it. QFC is also celebrating its 70th anniversary this year.
Oh.
Do you know what QFC stands for?
Puget Community Co-op.
Quality Food Centers.
I did know that because it's on some of the signs, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how I knew that. What about you? What have you got for the weekend in a minute and a half or less?
Today, me and Macy are going to go hit the Taste Northwest, actually. We're going to go have some yummy food. Maybe I'll hit happy hour, probably remodel with Pratt a little bit, and then projects around the house. It's kind of boring, but it's supposed to be sunny, so I want to go on a boat ride. It's supposed to be warm.
Take the boat out. You don't get that many opportunities.
Today, rainy. Tomorrow and Sunday, sunny.
Perfect. Love that. Last bit of, work we have to do is offer up today's question of the day.
And it is, believe it or not, I have never blank. It could be.
And that's what Jen was saying before.
Yeah.
I've never had an avocado, and I know you could say, believe it or not, I've never jumped off a cliff or whatever. We don't want that. We want, things that you should. I mean, I found out that my wife had never seen Ghostbusters or whatever.
It's one of those common things where people are going to be like, no way. Jumping off a cliff is not that. It's more the common things like that you could say, never have I ever. And
had this food or do you have anything top of your head?
I don't have anything at the top of my head, but I'll think of it. Someone just said something today or yesterday about that. And I'm like, come on, are you kidding me?
Right. So believe it or not, I've never blank. We'll have that, your answers for you on Monday when we're back with another big show.
Yeah, that's right. And we want you to have an awesome weekend. Happy memory making. In the meantime, until we see you again on Monday, make it choices, find joy, commit kindness, and laugh because it's good for the soul.
Absolutely.